Now let's talk about dynamics. Dynamics tell you the loudness of a particular piece of music. So how loud something is or how soft it is. And the two sort of main dynamic markings, the instructions that tell you how loud or how soft to play something, are piano and forte. Piano meaning soft, and forte meaning loud. And all the other dynamic markings are basically derived from these two. So if you add a mezzo, mezzo, piano, mezzo means moderately. So in this case, mezzo piano means moderately soft, not quite as soft as piano. And mezzo forte means not quite as loud as forte. And if you add an issimo, and you say fortissimo, that means to play it louder even than forte. And pianissimo means to play it even softer than piano. So in this sort of scale of loudness, it goes from pianissimo to fortissimo, from softest to loudest. Now the other thing to learn here is when there is a change in dynamics. So all the other markings from just before are basically telling you how loud or how soft to play something. This is to tell you to play something gradually louder and louder, or to gradually play it softer and softer. Now you'll see that in a couple of different ways. One way you'll see it is, let me just draw some notes here. That's measure. Okay, so one way you'll see it is this sort of wedge. And you'll notice the wedge goes from small to big, and that's fairly self-explanatory. That means it's going to get louder and louder. Okay, so to play it gradually louder over time, and that is called a crescendo. Okay, so crescendo means to play it louder and louder over time, and if you have the reverse, just erase this. If you have the reverse like this, that is a diminuendo, to get softer over time. Now I mentioned there are two ways this can be marked, and the other way is if you just see a CREC, short for crescendo, on top, that's the same thing as the wedge getting louder and louder. So just to see the crescendo means to play it louder over time, and seeing the DIM, DIM is to play it softer and softer over time. So those are crescendo and diminuendo, and that was a lesson on dynamics.